Wow. Everybody's starting without me. Do I even need to be here? I mean, what am I doing here? You guys can just carry on. I'll just set the live from now on, and then you guys just feel free. You guys just go in and you run it. And then I can go take a nap. Good morning, everybody. I'm just being a wise guy. I'm just being facetious. How's everybody doing today? This is like the latest I've been. I think I'm 2 minutes early. Usually I'm later than this. Big words. That's right. Hey, Spongy. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Todd. Southern Fried. Not sure. Hey, Grandma Teresa. I'm not sure what it's like for everybody else, but right now it's 42, but it was 26 here last night. If things look a little different this morning, a little brighter, I have it right now, Janet. I'm having it right now. My first cup of the day. I've been up early. I've been filming, editing, all that stuff. So, but I wanted to give everybody a chance to get here, and I wanted to just tell some people some things on an update. So everybody that is usually here is here. So today, my wife's in her busy season at work, so she leaves her iPad at home. So right now I'm trying out my wife's iPad on the live. It's a better camera. I have an iPhone 8. This is what I use. That's what I use for my filming outside and around and everything else, believe it or not. Obviously this is better quality. So unfortunately for you, you get to see Okie unmasked. So it is, oh, there it is, ding, 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 ding. It is 11 a.m. Time to start the live. So first, my very first topic, I have to tell you guys this. Yesterday was my grandson's appointment at OSU to have his casts removed. It was at 1 p.m. By about 2 p.m., my son texted me a photo where they had cut the top portions off, and everything went well. Everything is healing, because he had incisions everywhere. All the incisions, even the ones, hey Fairbricks, even the ones under the casts, because remember his casts were from his hips down to, and right down to his feet, his toes, right to his toes. Even the tips of his toes were in the cast. So unable to, just basically frozen for 7 weeks, unable to move your legs. And that was the chore. But the lady the technician came in and cut the top off. They cut them in half, and then they just popped the top off. And she made the comment that I guess whoever did the casting for my grandson knew what they were doing. She said usually it's kind of messy. They don't always do a good job, but she said that was top notch. When it came off, everything looked great. All the incisions, even the ones under there, were all healed. Excuse me. And he popped his legs up out of them, I guess, at one point my son said. Probably that's why he was so annoyed many times, was because he was always trying to lift his legs out and he couldn't. So when he was awake and used to it, it didn't bother him. But when he was asleep and then when he woke up, he realized, oh no, what's wrong with my legs? He would probably try to lift his legs. and then until he realized what was going on again, he would calm down. So, but yeah, the incisions are healed. They took x-rays. He goes back to his therapy starting next week. And they said now that it's like a foam at the same angle that his casts were, because his casts were a hard cast with a bar in between, so they couldn't move. They were immobilized. So now it's a piece of heavy duty, like it's soft foam, but it's foam that has straps on it. So it's called like a soft cast. So he sleeps with that. And then they said as he can take it, as he can stand it, which he should, you can just start removing that. And then he can get back on his side, on his stomach. But they said definitely get him into next week for his therapy sessions to get him going again. Now I take him to therapy often and many times, and I do most of his, well, not most of it, I do a lot of his home therapy with him. So once he can tolerate, once I meet with hopefully next week I'll go to that appointment, and then I can see how she handles him and works with him in his therapy. Then the days he doesn't have therapy, I go over many times and work with him. So with all that said, everybody's been thinking and praying and commenting and supporting, and I just wanted to say thank you. It means a lot that people take an interest in each other's lives in our community, that, when somebody's getting an operation, people are there wishing them well, praying, or talking to them, or helping them out in some way. And that's what's really awesome about this kind of community on YouTube, is all over the world we have friends that are very supportive. So I appreciate everybody, believe me. It got us through some rough times. There was nights when I was with him, and it was, when my son and daughter-in-law were with him, it gets rough. And then if I was on YouTube, somebody would ask how he's doing, and I could just say, hey, he's having a rough night. They'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be praying for him. And that means a lot, whether you believe in prayer or good vibes or whatever. Everybody has their own beliefs. But just to know people are out there thinking of you, supporting you, mentioning you, that does mean a lot. So thank you very much. Oh no. Hope she's okay. But yeah, so that's the worst part of it. And according to the x-rays and the surgeon, everything looked good. It's healing the way it's supposed to be. He's doing really well. His legs look great. They weren't all, a lot of times in casts, when you're in a cast for that long, stuff can be nasty. His legs, my son said, were great. It was nothing. It wasn't nasty. There wasn't dried skin and everything. Just his toes. Everything else was great. And he slept all the way home in the car, which is about an hour and a half, and which we knew he would, because you've been having those things on you for 7 weeks. The relief and the release you must have when they come off. He slept, and then my wife and I did go over last night when they got home, just to give him a hug and a kiss, because we haven't been able to hold him because of his casting. So now we can get to hold him again. And actually, that's why I changed it till, I was going to do it at 1 o'clock today, but my son asked if I could babysit him today. So I get to babysit him today, cast free at 1 o'clock. So I'm excited about that. And then he's going to be here for a few hours. They're bringing him to my house, and then my wife will get home. It's been a good day. She's going to bring home New York style pizza from a place that's across where she works from. It's really good pizza. So we're going to have our grandson cast free. My wife gets to see him. I get to see him. We get to hold him, and we get to eat pizza. So I don't know how your day's going, but I bet you mine right now is better than yours. But I use $3 words a lot, I just that's my New York education kicking in. So yeah, my grandson, thank you everybody again for my grandson and all that stuff. Thanks so much. I have a premiere Sunday, and I just finished one today and did it editing, and that's going to be a premiere for some stuff next Sunday, because like I said the other day, I was going to do I'm trying to do my Tuesday lives, and then maybe an impromptu live during the week, which is this, and then Sundays will be like a premiere where I cook something, and I'm trying to just settle in. Let me ask, I gotta ask this because there's a lot of people here now. Premieres have good points and bad points. Who all here uses premieres and likes the premieres. I've had some pretty good luck with the premieres. I know you need to be there for them so you can answer questions. That helps. One of the other things. Oh, hey, Chicken Explorers. One of the other things I know. Yep. Have Fun in Nature. I know you have, and I know Shannon's doing them now. And yes, Chicken Explorers premieres, and I think Michael's Adventures. I think he does premieres. But what's cool about it is I didn't release it. I put it on I scheduled it for not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. And I forget who. Somebody already commented on it, and I'm like, did I release it by mistake and make it public now? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, I did a premiere. So you can actually go into the premieres early and people can start to comment. And from what I understand from the YouTube stuff is that it does help your analytics, that people they're interacting quickly, even before it comes out. They claim that helps push it out because people are already interested in it. And so when I realized that, I've been going to a lot of people's premieres, even a day or two ahead of time. And I've been going in and just saying, hey, I'm going to try to be here, or hey, this is going to be cool, or something like that. Because from what I understand, it's supposed to help their analytics, and that's what we're all about. If you can post a premiere a week in advance and promote it with friends, it helps. Yes, Chicken Explorers. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I did a community post for the one for Sunday, and then I'm going to do a community post Monday or Tuesday for the one the following Sunday. Okay, yeah, have fun. That does make sense. I guess that does make sense. That would make more sense. Maybe I'll do that then. Next time instead of doing a live, maybe I'll film. Hey, old hillbilly, the technical stuff to my wife. You're the blunt instrument. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I have no. I don't know what that. What's that? Would I like a rooster? No, 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 no. Nope, I'm not doing chickens yet. My daughter has chickens, so I get eggs when I need them. So I'm all set. I still have like 38 eggs in the back. He thought you'd ask. That's great. I'm going to be in a couple. But to get back to the premieres, I think I didn't think of that. I might try that. Maybe I'll film for an hour outside in the garden, and then do it as a premiere, and then interact with people that way. But I still like to do the lives, because lives for me sometimes, if there's something I want to talk to about right away that might have happened that day, like with my grandson, I wanted to let people know soon. I didn't want to make them wait for a week, because the people that ask, and I apologize if I don't know if Natty Homemaker's here. She asked me early this morning. I kind of just let it slide by, because she asked me how my grandson was, and I got on a different topic with her, because I didn't want to mention it there, because I wanted to mention it here, how my grandson was. But I'm still going to do the lives. I love doing the lives, but I'm going to start trying to do some more premieres too. Hey, Traveling Whitcombs, how you doing? I have 2 live streams on other people's channels. So the first one, I believe, is going to be, Coach Juliet, and I think we have to set up a day. I'm not sure. Or maybe we already have it set up. And then the other one is Whistle Stop Homestead invited me on. So I'm going to be on Whistle Stop Homestead. He's going to talk to me, and I'm going to be working with Coach Juliet Eden. So I'm looking forward to those 2 days. And I have some other ones I've been talking to back and forth. And then Chef Zed and I still have one. I'm going to hopefully do that one in early March with Chef Zed, because we're going to be cooking something. She has a recipe for me to cook. So I asked her if she would do whatever she would cook in Africa, in Ghana, and let me know what it was, and I could see what I could get for spicing, and I'll try to make it kind of like what she does, and then she's going to direct me and kind of walk me through how to do it while we're on a live. And who knows, maybe we'll have to do that at a premiere somehow or something. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys will be around for those. Those are going to be in February. More garden updates Tuesday. I have a video coming out about it. I was able to go after it yesterday. I was going to do a live, but it was just so, it was so windy yesterday. I had to put my tripod down, so the legs of the tripod were almost like that. Probably 30, 40 mile an hour winds, and it kept moving the camera. So it would not have been conducive. Hey, down the road. Down the road, I thought I gave you a wrench. If nobody follows down the road, here is down the road. And he is tied in with Only Bigfoot. So if you know Only Bigfoot, Bigfoot supposedly did a boxing match with me. And he supposedly knocked me out in the first round. But what Bigfoot doesn't know is I'm calling BS on that because, number one, he had my stats all wrong. He said I was like 6'1" and 180 pounds. Dude, I'm bigger than that. So, and number two, you don't know what training I've had. So, don't think you would KO me in the first round, son. Okay, let's move beyond that now, because I'm sure Bigfoot will respond to that. I am 6'3". My dad was 6 foot. Me and my two older brothers were all 6'3". My second youngest brother was 6'5", and my other brother was about 6'1". So we all broke the 6 foot mark. Oh, hey, there's Fire Dr. Ninja Turtle all the way from Hawaii. Aloha. Yeah, I pass it on to Bigfoot because he doesn't know what training. He keeps trying to assume that I don't have any kind of like fight training, okay? So I would make it to at least round 2. I'll tell him that much right now. So yeah, Dr. Ninja Turtle and The Source are going to hopefully have something here coming up pretty soon. So more garden updates next week, next Tuesday. I'm working on a potato tower, and that's what's going to be in the video next week. But you'll see that in the live. I built my next potato tower next to my no-till. If anybody else has ever done a no-till or a back to Eden, they call it, and it kind of fits in the niche of like permaculture. Has anybody else ever done that where you're just basically, you're not tilling the earth, you're working with what's there, composting it like nature does, dropping leaves. I've thrown leaves on it and sawdust, so it's not exactly the same thing, but it's the same concept. I haven't dug up the dirt at all, and I have it tarped so it decomposes. You have no-till. Okay, foraging has no-till. That's awesome. Now, what I did was, I'm putting my potato tower, which is about 2 by 3 feet, I put it right next to my no-till section for next year. When I grow potatoes in my potato tower in the spring, after I harvest them, I will disassemble the potato tower and then move it over to the next slot. And then where the potatoes were, that'll add to the no-till section. So as I do that over a couple of years, I'll have a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 15 no-till area that I can start to grow my root vegetables there or something. I'd really like to try that. Out of surgery, they said everything went well. She'll be ready to go home soon. Awesome, awesome. You make piles, LO. I call it my mulch pile. Yeah, I did a lot more leaves this year. I want to run this by everybody because we're all in this YouTube boat in this community, and everybody is trying. I know some people that have told me they're not trying for monetization. They do this for posterity. They do it so that their kids and grandkids, close encounters. I'm not sure about that. I never really saw the whole Close Encounters movie. But being that we have a lot of diverse people in here as far as knowledge and then how they've been working towards YouTube, some say they don't go for monetization because they're just doing it for their kids and grandkids. So when they do get older and, move on and pass away, their kids have something, not just pictures. They can actually watch live videos and hear their grandmother or grandfather or whatever, or the daughter or son can hear their parent talk to them. And then it's always going to be out there as far as we know. But for those of us that are getting monetized, I had an idea the other day, and it just struck me the other day when I was just sitting there thinking, I'm waiting for the comments. I'm waiting to see, does anybody really believe I sit there like this philosopher thinking? Oh, that's cool. I'll watch it here sometime soon. Yeah, and that's another one, Granny. Yeah, well, you're on right now, so Granny's on right now. If you want to go watch Granny, she could use some hours. But anyways, for those that are trying to get monetized or have become monetized, what I thought about the other day was, so we know that JC Calamity Jane, for those that follow Calamity Jane, she just got partially monetized. So that was really cool. And what I'm starting to do is I'm writing down in our community every time somebody says they got monetized in 2026. Granny does have playlists, yes. So in 2026, I'm going to try to write down as people get monetized, when I see their posts saying, hey, it happened, thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to start writing those down. And I want to keep track and see, because we're really pushing each other into the algorithm. We're getting a lot of, hey V, we're trying to get more hours, we're trying to get more views, we're trying to be consistent with our stuff, showing up in people's lives, connecting with each other, and then hopefully those connections expand to somebody else's page. And then the last 3 or 4 days, I've gotten multiple people come in now from channels that I followed for quite some time. They see me on a live or something, they came in and said, hey, I saw you on so-and-so's channel, I'm connecting, blah, 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 like your stuff, things like that. So you'll start to pick people up like that, just as residual, like people that they know that they follow this person. If that person likes you, well, maybe they will too. And so I think that's what happens. It's kind of like the stone in the pond. You throw it in the pond and it ripples and ripples and ripples out, bigger and bigger. And I think that's what's happening here. And that's what I'm hoping is happening. So as we all do, I do some shout outs, and I put people on a playlist that shows when they're going to go live, try to shout out a couple people each day so people can go watch their content. I'll list if I've found somebody new that I enjoy, I'll put that out there. And other people are doing that, and they're doing other things too. So this community is really doing that. So that's why, because everybody's helping each other, I thought it would be kind of cool is once a month, I can put out there, oh, 3 people got monetized from our community this month, and 2 people in February, and 1. And at the end of the year, we can look back and say, here's the body of work from this community that we're all in. And then with all of the other people, when these people start to get monetized, and their channel continues to grow, and we all continue to grow bigger. Well, thank you, Granny. As we grow bigger and we get more people monetized in this community, then hopefully in 2027, if this is still a viable platform, I'm hoping that number could even double, because we'd have so many more monetized and helping push those that are so close. And that's what I'm trying to do in 2026 is, if you need watch hours, tell us. If you're close to being, if you're close to the 500, if you're close to the 1,000, if you're close to the 3,000 or 4,000 watch hours, let us know. People, this group here will be more than happy to go help. If you're at 48 and you need the 50 subscribers to do a live stream on your phone, let everybody know. We did that the other night with for 500 with Jeremy Fowler, 1973. He was at 494 or something like that. By the time he got off of Amy from Leonard Mountain Homestead's channel, I think he was at 503 or 504. I think he's at 509 this morning. So it works. We don't have to be afraid to ask. because you need the 500 subscribers, 3,000 for the partial. You need 1,000, 4,000 for the full. Hey, creativity guides me. How you doing? So with that said, hopefully we can all just, as a group, and then I'm writing down the ones, like I know right now, JC Calamity Jane just got partially monetized in 2026. I know Dr. Ninja Turtle, he's pushing, he's very close for 2026. Poetic Tears is really close to the 3,000 hours. So she's really close to partial. So, everybody's kind of watching and helping them out, and that is awesome. It is tough to build them. It is Strings and Pucks. Hey, Strings and Pucks, I'm going to give you there's Old Hillbilly. Let me give you one too. You want to see singing, guitar, talent, go watch, I just gave him a blue wrench. Creativity guides me, I've watched them. And where did Old Hillbilly, where did you go? There he is. So I just gave 3 more people wrenches, but go check out Strings and Pucks. If you haven't watched Strings and Pucks yet, he did some Christmas songs. I ran his, I think he's on for today. Is it on for today? I put him on the list. But anyways, I ran his stuff all night last night. We have the spare TV in the back, and it ran all night. I got up once, walked in the back. It said, "Do you still want to watch?" And I said, "Yes." And when I went back this morning, it was still running. So, really good channel. You're left with 400 to reach 4,000, and left with 99 to reach 1,000. Okay, V. Okay, so V. Let's V. I'll add you to the list here. I am 400. I'll just throw it out there. Trying to be frugal. How you doing? I'm 400 short. I have everything else I need. I'm just 400 hours short. So, I know I will get there. It's just a matter of time. But if anybody wants to help me, hey, I'll take any help I can get. But yeah, so I'm 400 short also. But yeah, I'll start listing the community on those. I'll just do a community post once a month, maybe like the last day or so, and say, hey, we had 3 people monetized in January. I think that'd be pretty cool. And if you don't think so, I won't do it. That's no problem, us and our bunch. Thanks down the road. So let's see. So right now I'm using everybody knows I use my iPhone 8. I've used my iPhone 8 the whole time. The whole thing was I still want to get more, I want to get different equipment, and I've been trying different things like this iPad, my wife has, but I use my iPhone 8, and I wanted to get monetized using the iPhone 8, because I wanted to see, hey, challenge myself, can I get monetized, and can I use it with what I have? So I did get partially monetized with this. I'm still continuing to use this. I used it today in filming. It's a bulletproof phone, basically. But my wife has an iPad, which I'm using right now, which is the clarity's better. Like I said, you can see Okie unmasked now, all of my imperfections and stuff. Oh my goodness, Traveling Whitcombs, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. I was not expecting that. It always gets me because I have my computer over here that if I have to get rid of somebody, I use my computer, and I can just click on it with my wife's pig mouse. Yes, I have a pig mouse. My wife has a pig mouse. See, my wife likes purple and she likes pigs. If they had a purple pig, she'd have one. But there it is. But and then I catch this flash of color in the chat stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I don't have words to even words to say, but thank you. I appreciate it. So does anybody else use a tablet? I should get a pumpkin mouse. Yes, I should. Hey, Izzy Pop. Oh, a green one. See, I don't understand all the colors, but thank you. I'm seeing these different colors pop up. I got to go look that up because like I said, when I got monetized, I went in, you click on the super chats and the gifts and all that stuff. I haven't done the membership. I'm not sure about that yet. And so I haven't even studied it. So, but thank you. I appreciate whoever's, that was, who was that? Living my best life. So cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You use a tablet. Okay. Which one? Do you use an iPad? Do you use, what is the other thing called? Is it an Android tablet? I don't know. Thank you so much, Creativity. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Both the people that did that, I appreciate it. Okay, you use an iPad. So yeah, that's what this is, and it's really good. And I've done some searches on some of the AI sites, and then what I do is I just ask them, hey, what is an inexpensive tablet that has a good camera, that's 4K, whatever, and meets all the criteria and it has the anti-shake or whatever, I don't know. Fire tablet that I had. I missed that one. Fire tablet that I had to mess with the download Google stuff. Okay. And I've been asking both, like Gemini, ChatGPT, just Googling it. And I put that in there, and I see kind of where where they all say something different a little bit, but when they all agree on a couple of them, I look into those because I'm like, well, if they're all three kind of hitting those, maybe it says something, So, yeah, Mike, I do everything off my phone too. I don't use this often. Mike Adventures, why don't I have you with a blue wrench? I'm sorry, I apologize. Mike Adventures, sorry about that. I thought I gave you one the other day. Mike Adventures is now a blue wrench. Everybody gets a blue wrench. Not everybody, but. Yeah, so that's been my choices are, I can hang out with this phone for a while longer, or, excuse me, or do I go with, just get a tablet of some sort. I might get a tablet anyways, just because for editing and stuff, it's easier to edit off a bigger screen than my iPhone 8. 8K cameras on now, that's your best quality. Oh yeah, 8K would be amazing. So iPad, I know it works well. I've used this a couple times. You use webcam off okay. Mental Raccoon uses his webcam. Fairbricks is back. Still in jammies. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm working on. So thank you. If I like the tablet doing the live because it's a little bit bigger screen, and you start getting older. When I have my phone in the kitchen, I like to try. Sometimes I can't communicate and interact with the audience because it's 4 or 5 feet away, and I can't always read everything. Where the iPad, it's a bigger screen, so the tablet works nice where I can actually read this stuff. So, here's my other question. Six months ago, I did a hot chip challenge. It was the 2 or 3 million Scoville unit. It was the one that came in the little coffin box and all that stuff. If you remember, and then what I did was I told you have to do a 5-minute. What you're supposed to do is the rules are: eat the chip. You have to chew it up. You can't just take one bite and swallow it real quick. You're supposed to chew the chip up, swallow the chip, and then you're supposed to wait 5 minutes. If you last 5 minutes, you're supposed to be like pro. If you last 10 minutes, you're super pro. If you you know, you know, whatever, you lost 15. So what I did was, because I was doing dad jokes. I ate the chip, and then I said I would, during that intermission where you're waiting before you can drink anything, I was going to do I would do dad jokes. And, you know, the first 2 minutes were the toughest because your mouth is on fire, your eyes are watering, you're hiccuping, so you're trying to tell jokes. And would anybody be interested? What I want to do is I want to release them a day apart. So I would release the old video, which is just a 5-minute video showing me eating the chip, telling a few jokes, in pain. And then the next day I would have, this would be a brand new video. I would probably go live with it. And I would, I would do it live like this. I would eat the chip, and then I would answer questions. I would talk about the garden, whatever. So if anybody is interested in that, if you think that would be kind of cool, I would do it. I like to do things like that just every once in a while, to do a challenge. Okay, Mentor Raccoon says yes, but he plays with fire, so of course he's going to say yes. Okay, Strings and Puck says, okay, let's do it. I got two yeses. The ayes have it. So let me get one on order. I'm either going to do the chip or the gummy. They claim the gummy bear is hotter, and I've watched a couple of the challenges, and they say the gummy bear is worse. So yeah, that's always a possibility. That is a possibility. Where Scorpion, that really had me thinking. Yeah, the Scorpions are hot. Mine had the Carolina Reapers, the chip of the Carolina Reapers, and it was hot. It was, I mean, I like hot stuff. I eat hot stuff all the time. I like sriracha sauce. I like jalapenos. I like habanero sauces. I love all of that. Chicken, I have some. I actually have some. I have some seeds back there. The lady up the road that does a nursery, we're friends. She gave me a few of them. I planted some of them. I did a couple of videos and showing them. Oh no, I don't want a scorpion. No scorpions here. No thanks. But yeah, I'll do the hot chip challenge. So it is, what is it? January 15th. And I know, January 1st, everybody does their resolutions. Okay, creativity, I'm going to do it. What I'll do is I'll order it up, and then I'll set the release date on the one I already did. I have it hidden, but I'll re-release it. And then what I'll do is I'll release that one for like a 5 p.m. and then I'll do a live. I'll set it so it's like a Tuesday live. So Monday would be the one I've already released before. I'll just re-release it, and then I'll set it to public, and then it'll be a Tuesday live when I do the other one. And I'll announce it a week or two in advance, a couple times on the community posts, so people can watch as I burn my mouth. New Year's. Did anybody make any resolutions? Has everybody been keeping them so far, or have you fallen off the wagon but you're determined and you're going to refocus and get back on track with your whatever you did? I want to lose 20 pounds. So what I decided to do was, I eat what I want. I eat well. I eat a lot of vegetables, so I eat good. I eat healthy. But then I do get in that mode where I'm going to say it. People are going to go, oh no, that's garbage. I like my Taco Bell. I like onion rings. I like that kind of stuff. I like pizza. So we'll see you later, Ray. So I like that stuff. I don't eat it every day, once a week, Yeah, Taco Bell I love. But, I know it's not good for you. And, I overindulge in other stuff. And then, so what I decided this year was I haven't been eating as much lately because we've been kind of trying to eat slower, my wife and I, so we don't eat as much. And it's been working. And then I decided, I'm going to get some of the protein. I mentioned this the other day. I got some protein powder. It's sugar-free protein powder. So I know whatever chemical they're using for the sweetener is a chemical. I get that. But I'm taking my protein powder, and I have turmeric, cinnamon, and I dehydrated a bunch of those mushrooms the other day, ground those up, and then I either put in a bunch of my pumpkin puree or my raw pumpkin, I chop it up, and banana, strawberry. I had this morning the smoothie, and I pour milk in, of course, and make this smoothie. So I rehydrated the dehydrated pumpkin, and it tasted great. I rehydrated it last night, let it soak overnight, and I just put that in the milk, grind it all up. Then I throw all the spices and the mushroom and the powder in from the protein, and I get 30 grams of protein, or 30 to 60 depending how much I put in. And then I have the dried mushroom in there. I have the turmeric. I have the cinnamon. It's only got 1 gram of carbohydrates in it. So that's good. So I've been doing that for a couple of weeks now. And I haven't weighed myself, but I know I've lost because I can just feel it. And I've just been feeling so much better. So I've been just more careful about what I've been eating. And if I do eat Taco Bell, I get 1 or 2 items. I don't get the around the world menu. They came out, what got me was, if anybody saw, did you see they came out with the Y2K menu a couple of weeks ago? Well, you can't do that to me. So, of course, my son told me, hey, Dad, they got the Y2K menu. So I had to go do the Y2K menu. And I overindulged. And it always makes you feel afterwards like, why did I do that? But then a week later, you're doing it again. Anyways, so is anybody else doing that? Is anybody else doing... if you watch Paul's in Planola, he rides the bike all the time. He does a lot of cooking. He does a lot of healthy stuff. Oh boy, traveling Whitcombs. I was a first responder. Man, I'll tell you, I did 12-hour shifts, nights for over 8 years, and that when I finally got out of that line, I was just like, it took me a while to relax, to kind of get out of that mode. But if I was to go back to work now and somebody offered me 12 hours, I would do 12-hour shifts in a minute. You do your 3 12s, next day you do 4 12s or whatever it is, and they even out. Then you always got 3 or 4 days off. So I rarely took vacation because one week I'd have 4 days. The next week I'd have a 3-day weekend, and I always had every other weekend off. Oh yeah, that is rough. So it's one of those things. Hey, trying to be frugal. Let me give you Blue Wrench. This is really cool. I love when I come on lives and you get a lot of people on here, and I see everybody connecting. That's just proof to me that one of the best ways to grow on YouTube is if you have people that show up at your live streams, your premieres, and they're people that you've been dealing with and interacting with for months or a year or years, and you have a trust level with them that you feel comfortable, saying, hey, follow this person, and give them a blue wrench. It's really cool because most of the people now that come to my lives have blue wrenches, and then as I bring new people in, or they follow me or I follow them, then they become part of the community. They get a blue wrench. I go to their lives. So how do you get people mod status? You just go and you click on you hover over their, I'm on my computer over here. So I hover over their picture and I just click on it, and it comes up with a box, and it says, do you want to make them a managing moderator, which I don't. It's just a moderator. So as a moderator, they can check each other's channels out and go see if they want to follow them. Or what they can do is they can help boot people out if a troll comes in and starts cursing or talking about some really raw stuff or raunchy stuff. They can help kick them out. You just tap the person's name, same options. Okay, there you go, create a moderator. So yeah, it's really cool. So I try to give all the people that have followed me for quite a while that I have a really trust level with, you know, where I know they've been pushing my channel out there, helping me. I try to give them all, because, you know, they're a great filter, because they'll catch these people coming in. If they start cursing or talking like really nasty stuff, they get rid of them immediately. Yeah, and there's a couple of people that I follow on YouTube that get a lot of trolls. So sometimes what happens is if I'm outside and I just have my phone and I'm just filming something I'm working on, I don't see if there's trolls there. Now, I don't mind if somebody comes on and says to me, they say it before, you're a loser, you know, you look like a hick or whatever. To me, that's funny. I don't care. I worked first responder for so many years. There's nothing you can call me that I have not been called multiple times. So to me, as long as it's not raunchy or like they're cursing at everybody and causing a ruckus, number one, they're giving you watch hours. They're giving you comments. So that's helping your analytics. Now, if they start getting too far, I like people to kick them out. But typically it's people, they're probably kids. What you'll see, in my opinion, and you'll notice this, you go to channels, whenever school is out for a week, whenever they have like a week vacation or summer vacation, you'll see the troll activity ramp up. Because it's, you know, kids, you know, we were all kids once, we did stupid stuff. Heck, I'm almost 60 years old and I do stupid stuff. It's engagement, exactly. It is watch hours and everything else. It is just let them go. I mean, as long as they're not being too, you know, over the top, where they're going to get you in trouble, you know. What does everybody have planned for this weekend? We're just going to kind of hang out this weekend with everything, with my grandson being over now with that. We're just going to hang out and just relax. I'm so slow. How do you highlight my name when you reply? Ha ha, I'm such a dork. I think you just type in the @ sign, maybe. You do your channel, your @channel name, I think. So if you were to type in @Okies Eden, I think it would come up with a highlighted border, I think. If somebody else knows better, please feel free to speak up. No plans for Mike's Adventures. Mike, how can you call yourself an adventure channel? Mike's Adventures, and you have no plans. Unless no plans is an adventure, then you're okay. 5th birthday party Saturday. Congratulations. Hope that, are you gonna film that at all, or? Oh, you work Saturdays. Gotcha. Man, I worked so many weekends for those 8-9 years. I just, 2 lives today. Oh wow, 2 lives today and tomorrow, Saturday. May go live and do some, to know whoever shows up. Creativity guides. What time? Creativity. What time are your lives? If you don't mind putting it up here, see if anybody else wants to go visit it. 11. What time is it? Central, Eastern, Mountain? Let's see. 11 tonight, so I put everything in the fly. Yeah, that's right, Mike. Probably, yep. Tomorrow, I think 10. Tomorrow is 10. Central Standard, okay, Central Standard Time. So creativity, creativity guides me is going to be 11 a.m. Central Standard. No, that's not right, because it is 11, right? And 10 tomorrow. It's not, oh, it's not, oh, 9:47 now. Okay, so you're not, okay, gotcha. Yes. Yes, Strings, do it. I don't mind if people put links in here. I don't care. As long as it doesn't affect the YouTube, terms and conditions or whatever, put your stuff in there. Go check out Strings and Pucks. I'm telling you, you won't be sorry. He's quite a guitarist. He does live stuff. There it is right there. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, acoustic live. He sings too, so I mean, I sing solo, but solo you can't hear me. But I know that's an old dad joke. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I will show myself to the door. I'll take my shirt and drag me out the door. Yeah, there you go. That's an old one. That goes so far back. Well, I mean, I'm so old. I knew the Dead Sea when it was just sick. Okay. Shannon, yes, I've seen, yeah, Shannon's daughter. If you go check out at Us and Our Bunch, she has a bunch of videos where her daughter does stuff. I watched the one in church just before Christmas. I went and watched that video. She's very talented. 29 plus tax. Yeah, that's another old one. I'm so old. I knew the Dead Sea when it was just sick. Oh, there's so many. When I think of a dad joke, if it comes to me, I write it down. So I have a notepad in the back that has a lot of stuff. Now they may be stuff I've heard from the past. Maybe I didn't come up with them, but something just struck me one day. I'm like, oh, that's funny. I write it down. Other ones I've just heard from my grandfather, my grandmother, my dad. All these jokes. I mean, and don't let anybody fool you. You talk to some of the, like, I say older folk. I'm talking, World War II, that generation. They tell some more off-color jokes than you think. A lot of times, they walk around in their nice church-going clothes and stuff, But then you start talking to them, and let me tell you something. If they've been in the military or something, they will tell you jokes. And I'm just saying. You always hear that, it was a different generation. And they were, it was a different, but, my grandfather, I mean, he would say stuff. My mom used to yell at him. She'd say, my grandfather's name was Homer, believe it or not. She'd be like, Homer, don't say that to the kids. And then he'd just sit there and laugh. Sure. But anyways, so I'm just going to work around the house. I think we're going to be, I have my grandson's Sunday night overnight for my son to go into work Monday. But other than that, Saturday, just hanging out, probably going to work in the garden for Tuesday's live out in the garden, which I'm excited about because I have some new stuff to show. And I am really ready to go. I don't know who else is ready to rock and roll with their garden, but I'm done with winter. But snow last night, deep freeze. Yeah, no, I don't want that at all. Uh-oh, someone's being a troll. Somebody already jumped on him. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon jumped on him. That's great. You got a tiller, but it's running. But it's not running. It needs work, but free is always good. Yeah, there's an old saying, Chicken Explorers. They used to say this about me all the time. The church, when we first moved down to Texas, the church we attended, I'd be in there talking to somebody, and somebody would be like, hey, do you want, I have this mower, it's not running. I know you work on stuff. Do you want it? Yeah. So it came around, it became the saying for me. If somebody was trying to get rid of something, they would give me a call and say, hey, do you want this? And the saying was, if it's free, it's me. So that was my mantra for quite a few years. I had a nice set of Titleist golf clubs given to me from a lady that was a widower. She was cleaning out her attic, and she, for some reason, liked to talk to me at church and after church and stuff. One day she said, you remind me of my husband, and I'd love for you to have these. And I'm like, I can't take those. Those are expensive. It had a hard case, soft case inside of it. And she gave it to me, so. She doesn't have a YouTube. Yeah, your daughter should get a YouTube. I mean, yeah, Fairbricks, if you need watch hours, Fairbricks will put you on a list. I do a lot of trying to help others get their name out there, and I try to do little shout outs, and I try to share their videos and share their channels and ask people to follow them. Fairbrooks takes that. He did it before I did, but he takes it to a different level. So if you need watch hours, he puts it out to these other people, and they have a whole group that then go watch your time, and it really helps. Well, it's weird because Oklahoma, strings and pucks. It's Oklahoma. Like when the first year we moved here, when I started making my garden, I planted late February. Everything came up. I did beans and some potatoes because February hit. We were already in the 60s and 70s. Never got another freeze after that, and we just ran through the year. Last year was this would be our fourth year, I don't know. Had great weather. February was 70, 75, all the way to the end of February. Planted in March, everything was coming up well, potatoes. 4th of April, we got a freeze. So it's hit and miss. So this year, I'm just gonna be a little patient. I'm gonna have plenty of tarps and stuff, so that's why I've been buying the cheap tarps at Harbor Freight. And what happens is, now if I know I'm going to get a freeze, I'll just watch it, and then I'll go out with I have lumber and stuff, I'll just put tarps over it to stop that from killing any plant life off. But I probably won't plant this year. I always push it. I try to see how far I can get, I'll just wait till March. I'll wait till first, second week of March down here probably. And then I'll have a bunch of stuff in here sprouting in my hydroponics. Hey, Booby Goats. Booby Goats is here. Go check out Booby Goats. I was watching her channel the other day. But yeah, so I'll probably, I'll plant my asparagus probably first week of March. Because it takes them 3-4 weeks before they start to sprout. You put the crowns in the ground and cover them. And then as soon as they sprout, you cover them again, is how I always learned. And then by then it's, you're in April now, and then just let them go. After I plant them, then I'll dig my furrows out for my potatoes. I'll plant my potatoes, and then they'll take 4 or 5, 6 days to sprout. Then I'll hill them again, and I'll show you this. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, what potatoes do I use to plant? So I've planted many. I've planted the one they're called the seed potatoes you can get from like a Tractor Supply or an Atwoods or something like that. Or you can get seed starter potatoes. You can get, literally, I go to the stores, I watch these sales. I have the best luck here in Oklahoma with russets. These are just russets. And you can see all the eyes. So when I go to the store, when I'm like right now, when I get ready to plant for March, what I'll do is I'll look in and I'll see if there's any potatoes with eyes. And I buy them on sale. So like one of the stores, they run their deal, you know, you spend $25. Hey girl dad. You spend $25 and you get 10-pound bag of russets for free. So what I do is I go there, and they're not even organic. People say, oh, you can't grow, they have to be organic, you know, they won't do the eyes. Yes, they will. Just, you gotta look through the bag and see if they have eyes on them. If they do, look at all the sprouts. Those are all eyes, okay? I have more here. These are all gonna sprout eventually. Once I have those, when I'm ready, it's called chitting, C-H-I-T-T-I-N-G. That's the technical name for it. You're chitting the potato. So you're letting them grow into sprouts, just like that. Then what happens is, when I bring them home, if they have eyes on them, I take warm water, I run them under warm water. And I just lightly take the dirt off, because keeping the dirt on them keeps them seasoned. They won't sprout as easy. Just warm water, lightly wash it off. Dry it off. I put them on a baking sheet. I put them in the back. I dampen an old t-shirt or a towel, put it over the top. So it's like a humid environment. Keep it over out of the light, because if you put potatoes in the light, they'll get a green, yellow skin on them. Just keep them covered. They will start to sprout. That's what I did with these. So these are already sprouting. So what I can do now with this is, I could actually take a knife. So I've chipped the potato. You're chitting these now. I can take a knife and I can slice and split where the eyes are. And then all you have to do is, some put them down in like fireplace ash, and that's supposed to help them cure quicker. Or you have to let them heal a little bit or scab over. So what you do is you cut the potato right there between the eyes, and then just let them sit there for 3 or 4 days. They'll turn brown, they'll get a scab on them, just like your skin would harden up and get a scab. Then you can plant them. You try to plant them, oh hey Scully Pop. If you try to plant them without letting them skin over for a couple days or scab over, they'll get potato rot and die. So these are just everyday, non-organic russet potatoes. And then the other thing you do is, sometimes I watch the sales. So sometimes Wally World will have buy a 10-pound bag, get one free. And like, I need to plant 100 potatoes this year. So what I want to do, 100 to 120 potatoes to get my 200 plus pounds for my harvest. So what I do, I'll go in, that's where we'll do our grocery shopping. I'll do my $25, get my free potatoes. My wife will go in with her app and her phone number, get $25 and her potatoes. So we go walk out of there with 20 pounds of potatoes, and then we'll go to Wally World, and they'll have the one where it's buy one, get one free. I'll go in, buy one, get one free. She'll go over, buy one, get one free. Now I'll have all my potatoes to grow, plus I'll have all those potatoes that don't sprout that I can cook with while I'm waiting for the other ones to be planted. So, you know, I'll walk out of there with 30, 40, 50 pounds of potatoes that'll carry me until harvest, or close to harvest. But that's how I always did it. That's how my parents did it. If you get, you know, I'm not going to go pay $5 for a bag of potatoes. They run them on sale all the time. And so that's what I do. My son, him and my daughter-in-law eat a lot of potatoes. So they buy potatoes all the time. But what happens is they'll buy 10 or 20 pounds and forget, and then for a couple of weeks they get busy doing something. He'll call me and say, hey, I have a bunch of potatoes over here that have sprouts. Do you want them? And I'm like, yes. And what I'll do then is, if my garden's already planted, I'll build a potato tower, which I already have one out there. Me too creativity. I could live on potatoes. And then that's what I did last year. He had extra potatoes. I quick put a potato tower together. I did a video. I'm going to try to find it, link it, or I don't know if I took it off a release or made it private. I'm going to make it public again. But then I have a potato tower I just built where it's just a tutorial basically on how I prepare the soil, building the tower itself, getting ready to put the potatoes in the tower, and explain it. It's only a 10-minute video. It's coming out next week. But I love potatoes. I mean, I'm all about the potatoes and the green beans. So, but yeah, that is just a Wally World potato that I got. This was a batch I got for $2.38 for 10 pounds. I don't know what it was, but for Campbell's soup. Yeah, the company was so picky that they had a seller for, yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, one of the potato chip companies, I guess, not just Idaho, but like, I guess part of Oklahoma was noted for potato growing, because one of the big potato chip companies had farms out here, potato farms, where they got their potatoes for their potato chips. But, hey everybody, I just realized I'm over an hour. I just looked at the time, I haven't been paying attention, but I just want to let everybody know that if you came in late, everything's good with my grandson. His casts are off. He's been resting comfortably. I actually get to babysit him here at my house. My son's going to bring him over in about an hour. So I get to hang out with my grandson. My wife is picking up New York style pizza at a really good pizza shop we know down here for dinner. She'll be home. She'll get to hold him. So we get to not only visit with my grandson and hold him, we get pizza. So it's going to be a good afternoon. Not sure. I'm going to try. I had a great sunrise this morning. Just didn't get up in time to get out there and do it. I was up. I just didn't get a chance to get out and do it. Hopefully I'll do another sunrise live here soon. Otherwise you'll see me Tuesday on a live, and I have a premiere coming out Sunday, 5 p.m. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope everybody's healing up. If anybody's sick or feeling, I know a couple of our watchers have been either in and out of the hospital. I know Janet's husband was in the hospital. Hopefully he's doing okay. I know Debbie Sue's doing better. Spongy and Misty were sick. So hopefully everybody's starting to get on the mend, and let's get into 2026 and keep this rolling. And thanks for everybody for being here. Those that gave me those super chats or whatever they were, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate that so much. And have a great weekend. And I'll be in and out of people's lives over the next couple days. We shall see you all later. Take it easy.